Hello, welcome back and Happy New Year. It's 2025 and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel. I'm going to be making my Simself and doing a little bit of a get to know me Q&A. These questions I wish were user submitted, but I only thought about this idea like 20 minutes ago, so the questions are going to be from me. But if you have anything you'd like to know, please leave me a comment and I'll answer them next time I do a video like this. Now, I've seen this technique for making Sims where people will draw the outlines of celebrities and then use those as overlays in Create a Sim. I'm going to try to do something a little bit like that for me, and hopefully we can get a little bit closer to my likeness than my previous efforts. Okay, so now we have my mugshots. It's time to draw them in Illustrator. So while I'm doing this, I figure it's a good time to do a little bit of a Q&A. The first one is just, where am I from? I'm from Australia, originally from a state called Tasmania. So that's down at the south. It's a little island state, and it's quite a beautiful sort of rural place to live. I'm from the north of Tasmania. I just realized I've got an eyelash or something there. So Tasmania, you may have heard about with the Tassie Devil, that little spinning Looney Tunes. The real ones actually look incredibly different, but it's a beautiful island. If you ever get a chance to visit, I 100% recommend it. I'm just working on the eyes now. But now I live in a city called Melbourne, which is still in the south of Australia, but it's on the mainland of Australia. And I love it here as well. So if you ever do come to Australia, I recommend both of those places on your list of places to visit. Melbourne is a bit more of a place for like nightlife, but if you are a hiker or a lover of wine, Tasmania is the tea. All right, not far to go now. I think that's getting there. It looks a little bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm giving a bit of like White Walker energy with these eyes, with the outline. Let's do the nose now. I'll just quickly rename these layers and then we'll do another question. Question 2 is, when did I start making YouTube videos? This one actually has a few different answers depending on where I want to actually start the counter. The technical true answer is maybe 2007. I used to play here's a real deep dive into my gaming history, but I used to love a game called Habbo Hotel, which was like a little pixel art hotel from a Swedish studio called Sulek. Anyway, I absolutely loved it. Like, it was my obsession. This was actually after I was playing The Sims. The Sims is one of my first ever games, but so I used to play this game called Habbo Hotel. I actually started playing it before I was allowed to. I think they had you had to be 13 or something, or 14 to play, but I was playing it like really, really early. Anyway, through Habbo Hotel, I found this website called, I think it was like MCCC Forum or something like that, Massive Multiplayer Chat Community Forum, which was designed to be a place where people could make essentially games inspired by Habbo Hotel. Not an MMO in the sense of a, WoW RPG sort of thing, but these big, look at my thin villainous lips, but were, designed to be little chat communities. Anyway, I found this game through that. Oh my god, do I need filler? Is this just going to be an episode of like body dysmorphia. Anyway, so I found this this game called Bitty Bay, which was essentially like, I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a plump just because I'm hoping my moustache is covering a little bit of lip. But anyway, I found this game called Bitty Bay, and it was like Habbo Hotel, except you're all animals. And I absolutely loved it. It was like I was finding Habbo Hotel before it was huge. It's now since shut down, rest in peace, but it was a super fun game at the time. Anyway, I think we've just got the front. Oh, is that me? I guess it is. Anyway, I loved Bitty Bay and I started making pixel art for them. So this is when I was, first starting to really, make game art and things like that, or any real digital art. Anyway, as a fan of the game, I started making this Lord of the Rings inspired video about it because I was obsessed with Lord of the Rings at the time. Anyway, so I had this idea of making a Lord of the Rings inspired sort of like machinima. I don't even know what it was going to be, but this Lord of the Rings inspired video. So my first ever YouTube video, truly, was me explaining this upcoming Lord of the Rings inspired video that I was in the process of making, where I had Galadriel as a swan, and I was making what's the elvish city? Not Lothlorien. Rivendell. I was making an isometric Bitty Bay style Rivendell as if it was a map within Bitty Bay. Anyway, so I put heaps of hours into this video that I was working on, and essentially this was my it's coming up, I'm going to be making this this video, and anyway, one of the first, I think it was one of the only comments actually on this video was someone talking about how my eyebrows were so big and they looked like slugs or something like that. And anyway, I took the video down. I was so I was attacked. And I didn't end up ever finishing my Lord of the Rings video. All I had was this promo for it, which was just me talking to my webcam, and the first sign of negativity, I jumped ship, took the video down, and didn't return for many years. And then the second answer to that question of where I posted my first video, quite a few years later, when I was a little bit more mature, I was still in high school, maybe year 7 or whatever. So 14 or maybe 14, 15, still pretty young. And I made a video to test out my new DSLR. A Canon 7D was my pride and glory, my favorite possession. We were testing out the video capability, and we recorded this video of me eating this big bowl of Indomie mee goreng, which is some instant noodles. And the whole idea was that I was dressed up, looking really fancy. I had a wine glass and a bottle of champagne or sparkling wine next to me. And, of course I wasn't actually drinking the wine. I was way too young. And I was in my formal suit this oversized, cheap suit. And the whole sort of breaking of expectation is that I look like I'm going to be eating really fancily. And then I just pick up the bowl and like shove my face into it and eat it straight from the bowl. Anyway, the video is up for like a little while, and it too got some negative comments. Through the like YouTube analytics or whatever, we could see that it was posted on an Indonesian forum. And anyway, there was all of this chatter. Oh my God. Thank God I have hair. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, there was all of this chatter about how it was like me being disrespectful by eating the noodles like that. And like we would translate the comments from Indonesian and they'd be like, he eats just like that. He thinks we eat like that, just like a dog, sort of thing. And I was like, oh my God. So anyway, this video, it ended up getting like more views than any of my Locks Play videos. It got like 20,000 or something within a pretty short amount of time. And, you know, even then I panicked. I was like, oh no, I didn't think the video would be offensive at all. And then as soon as those comments started flooding in, please ignore the redness of my skin. But yeah, that was my second. Anyway, I'll export these and then we'll go into the sim. So I'll just quickly add these overlays and then we'll start making locks. Okay, now back to question 2. I kind of can't believe that I'm still talking about it. I thought we would have moved on by now. Oops. Oh, there we go. So we've spoken about the Lord of the Rings Biddy Bay attempt. We've spoken about the Megalrang era. And then this era actually started during the lockdown in 2020. So I'd just been let go of the job I was working at, devastated, but I was at home and I had a bit of time to really think about like, what do I love? What do I want to do? Like, what skills do I want to develop? And of course, like Twitch streaming was huge during that time because everyone was at home and it was like a way to sort of socialize. And so I was personally watching a lot of Twitch. And I sort of thought, well, how about I just give it a go? Stupidly, honestly, if anyone is thinking about doing the same, I would recommend against it. I just went out and bought like the lights, the green screen, the camera, the, what's it called? The little cam link. You know, I went all out. Which, you know, it's really not sustainable. I should have just used my laptop webcam, you know, used my whatever. Anyway, so I bought all this stuff. I started setting up all of my, you know, all of my BRB screens, all of my little intros. I had this like groovy 70s thing. I'll see if I can find some photos of it. And I could never build up the confidence to actually just press start streaming. So I bought all this stuff that I never really used. And I was like, okay, well, maybe YouTube, because then it's less about the pressure of the moment. You can sort of, you know, hide a little bit of your social failings on editing. And so I started recording these videos. I had this idea of like renovating Oasis Springs, and they just released a kit at this point, which I think was like a Moroccan inspired Oasis, I can't remember the name of the kit, but I was like, I'm going to make Oasis Springs this like sort of Middle Eastern, North American oasis. And I recorded so much footage. And this is another one of my mistakes, my early mistakes. I recorded so much, hours of footage without any cuts. And by the time it got to editing it, I was just overwhelmed. There was too much to even sift through. And so, a lot of those are just, and I'll see if I can find any of the footage on some hard drives, but a lot of that stuff is sort of useless, to be honest, because I didn't have any organization or plan when I was making it. I'm just like, we're going to renovate every single lot of Oasis Springs, and it's all going to be in this style. And it was a huge project without any planning, if that makes sense. Anyway, cut forward to maybe 5 months ago, you'll be able to see when I created this channel, I was like, well, let's do it again. Let's think about a name for your channel. I went for Lox Play, which is, my name is Lox, and I thought it sort of sounded like Let's Play, so Lox Play. And I was like, well, let's just start, and we'll start making some shorts. We'll plan much smaller. So I started doing these 60-second shorts where it was like, every Sims pack in 60 seconds. And my plan was to eventually do like these little rapid reviews of every Sims 4 pack. And that's pretty much where we're at. That's where I'm currently with the journey. So it's still super new to me. I still feel like I'm sort of flying blind a little bit. But yeah, we're getting better every day. And so now I'm just trying to figure out something which feels more like my eyebrows. These are so full, whereas mine, they're wide, but they sort of fade out into just lighter hairs. Is it like that? It's just that doesn't have the shape. I do have a bit of a monobrow, so that's probably the most accurate. So question 3 is, when did you first start playing The Sims? So Sims, or like Maxis games, are like literally my first games. They're the first things that I ever played. So I started playing in my primary school library Sim Safari, which oh wow, once you get the profile in, he'll look a lot more accurate, because he's looking a little bit too handsome to be me at the moment. Okay, so before I get into that question, here he is without the outline, and the profile is so wrong. He's looking a little too baby girl, and I've got like the Bob's Burger, Bob Belcher profile. So once we add that in, hopefully it'll look a little bit more like me. Okay, that's looking a little bit closer. I can't really get the forehead thing right. I really don't know how to change that. Does it still look the same from the front? Maybe I shrink my jaw a little bit. I wish I could change my hairline as well to be less round. Does he look like me? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So maybe it's the beard being so full. That's patchy beard representation. Can I add a moustache on top of this, or is it like one or the other? Yeah, damn it. Because my mo is pretty thick, and my like sort of goatee and stuff. I almost feel like that's pretty much as close as I'm gonna get with the face. So let's just go with it. Like, it doesn't look exactly like me, but I mean, it is The Sims. If someone else can do a better job, please, I would very much appreciate it. Anyway, question 3. When did you first start playing The Sims? So the first game I ever played pretty much was Sim Safari in the town library. I absolutely loved it. They also had Sim Town, Sim Copter, I'm pretty sure, at least I definitely had that at home. Anyway, through this service called Scholastic, I don't know if it still exists, we would order these sort of kid-appropriate games. And so I sort of became like deeply invested in the Sims franchise from that. So Sim Tower, Sim Safari, Simcopter, I think that's about it. Simtown, used to love Simtown. And anyway, so I used to spend so much time playing these games. And then I found The Sims through this, I think, Scholastic thing as well. And my sister and I would play it to death. We loved it. And then we got, I think it was the first one was like Hot Date. And then we got Pets or Unleashed, which expanded the main Sim Lane map. Vacation. Pretty much, I owned every single expansion pack for it eventually, up to Making Magic, and I loved it. It was my favorite ever game, and it left like an eternal mark on me, hence why I'm still making Sims related content. And essentially I've played the different iterations of The Sims ever since. I got The Sims 3 while I was over on holiday, and I was in Hawaii, and instead of exploring Oahu, I'm like on my laptop playing The Sims 3. The Sims 3 was pretty much the only one in the franchise that I didn't own every expansion and stuff packs. I sort of stopped playing around the time of The Sims store. I felt like, because I'm such a collector, I felt like it got to this point where for me to own everything, I would need to, just be spending way too much. And so I sort of stopped and, found some slightly different hobbies. And yeah, that was the end of it until, of course, The Sims 4, which I got right back into. And absolutely obsessed over again. And the rest is history. So question 4 is, what other games do you like to play? So games other than The Sims. Hitman is one of my absolute all-time favorite games. I really like Cities Skyline. I love Animal Crossing. I played heaps of that during lockdown, like so much of it. I used to love Age of Empires. I used to love Roller Coaster Tycoon. But yeah, pretty varied really. Love Overwatch, love Stardew Valley. What else do I have? Oh, Fable. Absolutely love Fable. Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing heaps of games, but they're the ones that just come to mind. I'll probably think of some later on in the video and tack those on as well. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good casual outfit. I have a Patagonia retro bomber that's pretty much exactly like this, and I'm wearing those jeans pretty much exactly. Those look very similar to my shoes, so I think that's pretty close. So question 5, what are my other hobbies aside from The Sims? I got quite a few. I love to hike. I don't get to do as much of it now because it's a lot harder for me to get out in Melbourne. I can't drive. So I'm sort of bound where public transport can take me. I absolutely love wine. I actually wanted to be a winemaker before I started doing the sort of graphic design track that I'm doing now. Yeah, I was and still am obsessed with wine. I would, be literally in my free time reading the Australian Wine Research Journal, Wine and Grapes or whatever it is, research journal. I wanted to own a vineyard, make wine. That was sort of my plan for the future that, maybe one day I'll get back into. But yeah, I sort of abandoned that, and I don't really know why I sort of wish I had continued with it. But my fear at the time was that, you know, if I were to stay making wine, then I'd never leave Tasmania. I'd never see what it's like in a big city. I'd never, you know, do any of that. So yeah, I had a bit of a freak out in my early 20s where I was like, oh no, I can't do winemaking because then I'll never leave. I'll never experience the world. I'll never know anything other than wine. And yeah, unfortunately, I put an end to what could have been a really amazing pathway. And of course, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. I could have lived in Bordeaux, Burgundy, any of the amazing wine regions, and then brought all that knowledge back to Tasmania. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, loving this suit. It's not an exact match with the pants. I might check here and just see. No. See if there's anything in the full body, but this is looking pretty close to an actual suit I own. One of my favorite items, actually. We'll just go with that. So yeah, that wine, hiking, really love rock climbing, like bouldering. To be completely honest, I had this plan when I was still living in Tasmania to climb all of the Abels, which are like the mountains over 1,500 or something like that, meters, that is, and or 1,200. I can't really remember. 1,100. Someone fact check me. I'll fact check me. Anyway, I had this plan of climbing all these peaks and, you know, getting through all 150 of them or however many there are. I realized quite early into that ambition that I have quite a crippling fear of heights. So I'd be bouldering up these rock faces to try to get to the cairn at the top of these mountains, and I would just, you know, I'd be imagining every possible way that I would suffer as I fell. It was like a full-on, like, I couldn't enjoy myself up there because I was just so panicked. And yeah, I sort of realized through that what I loved about hiking was not, you know, just getting to the cairn and taking my photo up the top of the mountain, but instead it was just being next to a lake, looking over a beautiful valley and, you know, sort of disconnecting and breathing clear. But yeah, I'm realizing now I'm in shorts that this does not capture just how much leg hair I have. I am quite a hairy man. Question 6 is, what is your favorite type of Sims gameplay? See, it's kind of like this, but with that up top. Or that up top. But I can't combine them, so I guess we'll go with that one. Or that one. Because that's still got a little bit of the belly hair. Oh, you don't even see it. What am I worrying about? Anyway, so my favorite type of Sims gameplay, it's interesting because there are certain things I love to watch and there are some certain things that I like to play. I love watching people make like really extravagant, beautiful houses and stuff like that, but I don't find I enjoy just making mansions as much. And I also don't like playing in those beautiful mansions or neighborhoods and stuff like that in my game. I like things to feel very vanilla in my game, as if it's like even if I make my own build, I want it to sort of feel like it's within the realm of being a Maxis build. Like, I don't want to use tool mod. I don't want to have any custom content. I want it to just sort of feel like, you know, I'm playing in the default Sims world, just with my own style and flair. I love building. I love, like, essentially, no matter how interesting I plan to make a character, I'll pretty much always try to max skills and get them through university and get them through the height of their career. So I sort of like, I like ticking off aspirations. I love collecting. I love collecting all the little, you know, the feathers or the shells or the, you know, the fish, the crystals. Yeah, it's the collector trait I can sort of live in here. I'm just seeing here, I do have a bit of a dad bod at the moment, so I might just give myself a little bit more of a belly. The thing is, I'm still very thin. I'm like scrawny everywhere else except for my belly, so I don't really know how to capture that in here. Maybe I can just... I'm also a bit of a blocky build. And yeah, we'll go maybe like that. Despite the fact that I'm doing a create a sim video right now, it's probably the place I feel the least confident. That's one thing I don't like. I don't like playing as me. I like playing as, you know, people that I can be a little bit more expressive. I feel like when I'm playing as me, I'm sort of confined by my actual hobbies or my actual, you know, relationship dynamics or something like that. Whereas, you know, if I'm playing as someone else, it's like, you want to spice things up? Start cheating. You want to spice things up? Let's get a new career. You know what I mean? Now, see, this is something that I don't actually own, but I could see myself wearing. I've kind of got like a jacket a little bit like that, but I wouldn't wear it with a button up. It's hard to know. Maybe I should take inspiration from some of these. I think I'd just wear like a fuzzy jumper or something. Like, it'd be pretty boring. See, like, that's fun. Yeah, let's go with that. I've got a corduroy jacket that's like mustard and sort of like that. So let's go with that. My little sort of 70s inspired party moment. Question 7 is, what type of simmers on YouTube do I watch? And, you know, I can't not say the queen of YouTube, the queen of the Sims is obviously Little Simsy. I absolutely love Little Simsy's content. And, you know, I wish I had her consistency. She is an icon, and huge props to her. If I could get my channel even close to how she has set up hers, I would, I feel like I had like succeeded in life. Other than that, love James Turner. Obviously, have to shout out James Turner and Delagrassi, two Aussie content creators. I loved James Turner and Dr. Gluon's restaurant series, The Burger Boys. So much fun, and I love that kind of chaotic energy. I also love how Dr. Gluon makes his builds feel so, and James Turner actually, they're not like these pristine, perfect worlds. They've got a little bit of grit to them, a little bit of damage and grime. They feel a lot more lived in, and that's sort of how I try to make some of my builds as well. All right, so I don't think I actually own anything kind of like this. I mean, I've got like some Chelsea boots. I have pants that are sort of like this. I have like dark olive hiking pants that are a completely different texture, but you get what I mean. I feel like even though I don't own anything like this, it still feels within my vibe. And, you know, maybe I'll go to an op shop and I'll find a funky shirt like that, and I'll be able to create this outfit in real life. Swimwear, I'm just going to wear some board shorts. Then we've got question 9, which is if you could add, I'll see like from afar, I see it. And like when I'm looking down at this little icon, he looks sort of like me. It's just when you get close that the illusion breaks. Anyway, so question 9 is if I could add any feature to The Sims, what would it be? Can I get rid of those? No. Sorry. It's pretty obvious. It feels like one of the ones that I feel like half of the Simmer population would choose. But, you know, I used to love making hotels back in Sims Vacation. If you hadn't played, there was like a snowy area, a beach area, and sort of like a log cabin area. I would love to be able to make hotels and also just add them anywhere, like add them into vacation worlds. So yeah, definitely like a hotel resort style thing. I'd even love if you could turn your Sims houses into Airbnbs. So it's like the vacation rental thing. But your Sims can own like multiple properties. I don't know exactly how this system would work, but you can see there's a bit of a vision there. Yeah, anyway, I like the idea of, you know, being able to create a motel, like a Trixie motel, is something I would 100% be making myself. Or like a, you know, even just like the classic beachfront villas in Sulani. Yeah, would love some hotels. I think I'd like, oh no, those board shorts are so not me. What am I doing? See, really, I'd be in the exact same pair of shorts from my athletic gear. But anyway, that's pretty much what I'd be wearing. I'm not wearing budgie smugglers. Maybe something long sleeve. It's hot. I like big, flowy shirts. I'm normally wearing like extra large or something to, you know, make it a bit more breezy anyway. So let's just go with that. Yeah, maybe just the white. Keep it simple. I'd be adding hotels. I like the idea of maybe some more arts and crafts. Like I love the idea of adding some like pottery, sort of ceramics style thing. Maybe some, I'd love like a fashion designer career or something where you could like sew your own outfits and sell those. I think that's pretty much something. I'd like some more arts and crafts style things like, yeah, the ceramics or the sewing. And I'd also love just a, you know, hotel slash Airbnb, SimBnB expansion. Alrighty, I think this is pretty much our outfits done. And then we can start moving on to the aspirations and stuff like that. And then we've pretty much created locks. But we'll go to question 10, which is, where are your inspirations on YouTube? So I've already said Little Simsy. I absolutely love her style. And honestly, and James Turner's as well. They're two big inspirations to me. I actually consume a lot more, and I almost feel embarrassed saying it. I don't know why. I consume a lot of Minecraft YouTube. I don't know where it started or why it started, because I don't really play. I used to play when I was 16, 15, back when it was like pre-beta. Shout out to Helen. One of my friends, showed me Minecraft, and I was pretty immediately sort of hooked on it. But of course, it was so simple then compared to what it is now. But maybe, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months ago, like we're talking really recent, I stumbled upon this series called Minecraft SOS. I don't even know how it appeared on my feed, like my recommended videos, but oh yeah, I think I'd watched something from a guy called Mog Swamp, and I liked a couple of his videos, and then suddenly I was being shown his videos for this SOS series. Anyway, it sort of unlocked this Pandora's box, if you will, where I started to, find the other series that these creators were a part of. And I absolutely love a lady named LD Shadow Lady, Lizzie. And, I started watching her stuff from a series called Empires. And then her husband is Smallish Beans, and I started watching his videos on a server called Hermitcraft. And then I found this guy called Grian. And then I found a guy called Mumbo. And pretty much that's where some of my big inspiration is. I really like Mumbo's content. He puts a lot of effort into even just like the graphic design elements. He like makes these business cards for the little shops he's building in his world, and I just love how, and he spoke about it on this podcast about how he loves to take a stupid idea and follow it to the sort of the furthest point. And that's something I'm really trying to embody in my own content, even though you probably haven't been able to see it much from what I've uploaded so far. But like, if I'm doing like a build buy video, I'm sort of pretending I'm on like the shopping channel and I'm like having all the overlays as if it's something that I'm selling in a way. And so I've got some videos in the works where it's like, if I'm doing like a trivia video, I'm the host of a quiz show. If I'm doing like a renovation video, I'm pretending I'm like, a show on TLC, like a home reno show. But essentially that's something that I think really inspired me ever since I heard that, of just following a wild idea and rolling with it. So yeah, I guess Mumbo is a big inspiration, and then partly because of that, I need to actually just choose this outfit. I feel like I'm going back over the same outfits. Let me quickly do that. Yeah, we're just gonna go with this one. It's not right, but it's close enough. But yeah, and so because of that idea of following things to their most stupid degree and sort of embracing genre, I also have, I guess, another inspiration is just TV, like the tropes of a quiz show, the tropes of reality TV. They're things that inspire me when I'm thinking about videos as well. All right, now I feel like this is almost the hardest part of this, is to decide what my aspirations are. I feel like Renaissance Sim sort of captures it. I want to be doing a bit of everything. I don't want to be just doing video editing, or just doing motion design, or just doing winemaking, or just doing linguistics. I sort of want to dabble in everything. It sort of makes me a jack of all trades and a master of none, but it allows me to sort of express a super wide range of interests and passions. So yeah, we're going to go with that. I just realized that I don't have any traits. What's going on there? Is that just a bug? And how did I not notice it? We'll go to preferences and then we can save and maybe edit my traits later. And so while I'm doing this, I guess I'll have the final question, which is question 11. I don't know why I have an odd number of questions. It feels very unlike me. But it's, what are your goals for this channel? Of course, like the ultimate goal is to get to the point where, I can be doing this as like a career, but of course that's like winning the YouTube lottery, and I definitely don't have that as my, my only pathway, but it's something that I sincerely would love to see happen. But more realistically, I'm just choosing some hobbies here. By the way, I've got baking, cooking, dancing, gardening as things I all like. I think realistically, I just like to get to a point where I can create some of those videos that I was speaking about before, where I feel like I'm truly creating something fun and sort of matching my vision for the channel, which is, you know, creating these sort of genre pieces but based around The Sims. And I'd love to, you know, really just get to the point where I have built a bit of a community here. I feel like I'm so early into this journey that I haven't found my stride yet. Like, I don't know whether people want, you know, information about collections, or whether they want just to watch me play, or whether they want me to build. And I also don't know what I enjoy making the most either. So I think in the absolute short term, it's sort of finding my stride there. Slightly longer term is being able to make some of these videos which express some of my creativity and vision. Anyway, let's choose some more hobbies. I feel like wellness. I love writing. I love video gaming. I feel like I would like skiing or snowboarding, but I've never tried them, so I can't give that. I love singing. I have a terrible voice, but I love singing. I love romance, rock climbing, research and debate. Honestly, I love me a bit of research. And photography, yeah. Yep, love photography. I guess media production is what I'm doing right now. I like that. Mixology, I love to make a cocktail. Nectar making, we were talking about the wine making stuff earlier. Painting, I guess, is as close as we've got to like drawing, and there is digital painting. And I mean, it's not saying that you're good at it, it's just that you would enjoy it. And I do enjoy painting. And see, like knitting, maybe I would like it. I feel like I would like it, but I don't know enough yet to give it a go. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. So there are my hobbies. I don't dislike any of these things, I don't think. Let's have a squiz. Is there anything I dislike? Oh, I like piano. And maybe I dislike fishing. Actually, no. So, it is a dislike. Honestly, I feel like it's almost like I don't have that strong of a pull in any direction for color, either positive or negative, that I'm not even going to go into that category because it's sort of a bit pointless to me. Conversation topics, love affection. Don't really love arguments. Don't really like complaints, but I mean, it's also, you know, if someone's got something that they have a sincere complaint about, I'm also willing to hear it. Hell yeah. Flirtation, love that. Gossip, still love that. Physical intimacy, I love. Potty humor, no. Alright, now, the final category, because I will do the traits. It's just, I'm going to have to probably leave and come back in to create a sim. So, way of life. Turn on to academic, yeah. Turn on to arty. Turn on to career-minded. Turn on to drink making. Bartenders tend to be pretty hot. See, engineering, yeah. I mean, am I just turned on by everything? Outfit color, don't really mind. Fashion, what fashion turns me on? Maybe country and hipster and outdoorsy. Are they all this? But I mean, I also love man in a suit as well. And I mean, preppy. I don't mind a polo shirt and like the. And I mean, streetwear as well. I mean, let's just give all of them a bit of a turn on. Costumes. Probably, I mean, not the eggplant costume, but the fireman costume. All right, I think that's pretty much everything we can do until I get the traits. So let's create him. Oh yeah, I need to do all this sort of stuff. Forgot about that. I think that's actually pretty important. Yep, that's all right. Sexual orientation, men. Exploring romantically, no. Interested in woohoo with just men. Alright, sexual orientation's done. And I'm pretty non-jealous. I think that is Locke's play. Let's figure out how we can get these traits going, because I've never seen that glitch before. Let's see if we can fix it. Okay, Cass dot full edit mode. Yes. Oh. Okay, now we can edit them.
Whoa.
So, clumsy, I don't mind. I think I'll get rid of bookworm for now. Let's see if anything. See, height maintenance feels pretty relatable. See, skeptical I've never even thought about, but I guess that would sort of fit. And I like to think of myself being maybe more of a perfectionist than an overachiever. Yes. Like spending too long making things, but trying to make them perfect. Yep. Maybe adventurous? Yeah, I mean, maybe skeptical was the one. Or adventurous. Or skeptical. Yeah, maybe skeptical is more it. Like, really what I want is like 8 traits. And then I feel like I could cover a bit more of my character. Yeah, a clumsy, skeptical perfectionist. I mean, it's as good as we're gonna get. Oh, Jasmine wanting me to do the holiday event. And there we are. We've made locks. We've moved him in. Oh, we're getting heaps of pop-ups. All right, there we are. We've made locks. We've moved him in to the city. And hopefully you've learned a little bit about the real locks from this video too. All right, there we are. We've made Mr. Play locks himself in The Sims 4. I feel like the outline method definitely helped, but I probably needed a few more cast skills to be able to actually pull that off. I'm sure I could give it those same outlines, those same sort of face blueprints to someone who was very skilled at Create a Sim, and they'd be able to do a much better job than I did. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, a little bit of a change up for the channel. I hope you've had an amazing New Year's, and I'll hopefully be a little bit more regular in 2025. Mwah. Bisous.